Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Friday, January 6th, 2012. Let's take a look at the markets. So the S&P 500 had early weakness and wound up turning around for a nice push. Once again, this candle really doesn't reflect what happened. Okay, let's throw up a SPY here. Let's run up the SPY. Let's throw up the SPY. You can see it a little bit better. Okay, we opened down, went lower, and then we rallied. But because the S&P cash does not put gaps, it kind of screws up the candle. Anyway, we closed at a new high for the year so far. I know it's only been a couple of sessions, but not intraday high, but a new closing high. So that's good. I mean, the market's acting well. Now, we're short-term overbought here. So with the job numbers due out Friday, we may get a push higher or a gap higher that may be a short-term climax that leads to a pullback. But, I mean, we did break out of this consolidation late in the year, and then we basically sat in this little equilibrium pattern for the last week, and we have pushed away from it. I mean, it's not enough to say, hey, this is a nice, strong breakout. I mean, but, we're holding pretty good here. So unless the job numbers are perceived as so horrible and we just give it all back, I think there's a good chance that we can continue to push a bit higher here. Now, I have levels to watch. First, the high from back here, late October at 1293, and then this 78.6% retracement of last year's range at 1307.28. That's going to be key and critical in my opinion. I don't think we get through it right away. I think we're going to test it, and I think we can reject it or we can consolidate under it, but I think it's going to need a little bit of work to get through it. If we do just rip through it, then hey, I'm going to be looking for the 2011 high sooner than later, but I'd much rather it stair step like this, up and then pause and then push and then pause, all right? I'm not making any long-term forecasts on the year yet, but so far, I mean, if we can hold for the next couple of days, we do have that famous early warning system that could be kicking in. And then, of course, we want to watch for the January barometer. But things can change really quickly, okay? A couple of days up does not make a screaming rally. So on the short term, let's see what happens after the job numbers, see if the euphoria of the new year, it's not really euphoria, I guess, but I guess the giddiness, right? It's a minor euphoria, I guess. I think that we'll see if the bulls want to continue to push it here early on, or if this was just, hey, a little bit of New Year celebration, and we wind up going back down into support. So let's wait and see for me. Volume, like I said, I believe came up on both the NYSE and the NASDAQ. If I didn't, well, I'm saying it now. NASDAQ 100 had a nice day, up 0.8%. Okay, push it into this 78.6% retracement again. I mean, it doesn't mean much because we were above it for this period of time. I think it's more important to watch this high here as a pivot, 24.1252. If we get above that, then it's only a hop, skip, and a jump to the 2007 highs. Russell. Okay, the Russell had an okay day, up nearly 0.7%, tested the 20 EMA, and pushed. Still got to get over this 200-day moving average. That's still going to be the line in the sand. Let's look at a couple of sectors. Semiconductors with a nice day, nearly 1.5%, above all the moving averages but the 200. See if that can get some expansion. Banks. Ooh, the banks. Okay, nice day, up 2.2%. All right, up to testing this high up here at 42.27. Came a little bit shy, but above that, you got the 200-day moving average. Bank of America with a monster day, up 6%. Actually, up more. This is including some after-hours stuff, so add 15 cents onto that, which is what the day session closed. Got to watch resistance here at that 89 EMA at 645, though. Okay, that's could be key and critical resistance. Let's see, tested the 89 up here and rejected it, so that would be the first resistance. It could be key and critical. Maybe we'll just rip right through it, but I like to see it hit it and then pull back a little bit, go sideways, and then try to get through it. That, in my opinion, is always a stronger move than just ripping through resistance, because that could be a sign of exhaustion. Right? I'd rather it slam into it, consolidate, and then move. Here's J.P. Morgan up 1.75%, 200-day above at 37.65. Citigroup with up 0.8%, rejected that 89. See, this is one that rejects the 89. Rejected it here, got above it, but then right back below it. Kissed it goodbye. Kissed it goodbye. What's it going to do here? Okay. Northern Trust. Yeah, just kind of sitting in a consolidation here. Watch that 200-day. Bank of New York. Yeah, above the moving averages except the 200-day. Got to see some expansion there. Okay, all right. Broker-dealer. Yeah, sitting in this little consolidation pattern. I don't really call this a cup and handle, though. The handle's wider than the cup. And it's, not really a great cup. It's a little shallow. But it's there. Here's Goldman. Yeah, just sitting there consolidating under the 50-day. Has to get some expansion through that in order for me to be happy, at least. Here's Morgan testing the 89. See if it can get above that. Cyclicals. Yeah, trying. Let's extend this. Got above this little consolidation here, but move that to there. Whoops, there we go. So now what's going to happen? Oh, got resistance up here at 923.19. Look at Alcoa. Okay, 50-day moving average at 970. Watch that for resistance. Caterpillar. 200-day moving average again could come into play. So watch that. GLD. Back to the 200-day. Is it going to get through it, or is it going to hold as resistance again and pull us down? Maybe it'll form an inverted head and shoulders. Maybe it'll hold, come back down and loop and form an inverted head and shoulders pattern there. Yeah, but SLV. SLV, I'll come back when it refreshes. Now, you know what? I'll just change it and see if we can come back to it. I don't know, something's weird with TradeStation, at least for me. When I either GLD or SLV doesn't come right up. It's so strange. But anyway, all right. So USO pulling back a little bit. That's how I'm watching oil now instead of using OIL. Here's SLV. All right. Still think this has to form. I don't know, to work itself out a little bit pattern-wise. Although this could form kind of an awkward inverted head and shoulders kind of pattern. Look at RIM. Okay, RIM kind of just sitting here. The 20 EMA, a little consolidation. If it could get some expansion, 17 is the 50-day moving average. One of the stocks on the day, DNDN. Nice push, up 45. This is including some after hours, up to 11.04, up 45.25%. Yeah, this isn't the January effect, folks, no matter what some super gurus brag about. Okay, this is news. All right. But hey, still a push higher, and a nice one at that. Let's look at some of the glamour stocks. Apple, all right, filled its gap, now headed for the lap. That is 422.24. And then above that, you have 426.70. So see if it can get there. I mean, I would love Apple to pull back a little bit because it has earnings coming up, and a nice pullback would be an opportunity. But I mean, this is stretched here. So don't be surprised if this one, gets a little bit of a pullback, at least back to the moving averages. This is pretty stretched here. I'm not saying it's not strong, okay? I just like a nice orderly rise, right? I believe that's stronger than just separating from the moving averages. So I'm not saying, Apple's a short. No, sorry. I'm just saying that it's stretched here, okay? Amazon, 20 EMA, still the boss there. Here's Google. All right, a little bit of a pullback. See something like this, right? We run up outside the moving average. We get this push into resistance. I'd watch for a pullback here as well. Okay, here's Baidu. A little consolidation here. If it can break higher, watch this 50-day up here in the 128s. And finally, U.S. Steel. Somebody wanted me to elaborate on this a little bit. Well, we have the flat consolidation here, the flat line, here, and this is more of a higher low, more like a pseudo ascending triangle. But this is a pretty good horizontal resistance point. So if we can get above this and get above 30, it could light this here. All right, but I mean, lately it's just been forming these consolidation patterns. Forming these narrow range candles. So I want to see it get above that level and get some volume and some range expansion. All right, otherwise it may stay contained in the range. I mean, it's been under this line here since breaking down below it here. I mean, it came back up, and then it looks like it's been down there for, that time forward back here in the middle of September. All right, so just something to watch there. That's it. Have a great trading day on Friday, and join me for the Sunday night strategy sessions. It's been an absolute privilege for me to do these videos every night for everybody, getting some good views and some good feedback. But that's going to be it for the nightly videos. I'm going to be going to the Sunday night strategy sessions to map out the week, and then I'm probably going to be doing a midweek update. So there may be 1 or 2 videos per week, and I'll continue to do the S&P video every night. All right, so thanks a lot for watching me, and there'll be great stuff coming out still, and you can join the mailing list and get my daily email and a lot of other information that I like to send out to my subscriber list. Okay, it's free to sign up. Just go here. Have a great trading day, great weekend.